Hey guys, welcome. My name is Lily. I have some cleaning motivation in store for you today. I'm also going to be unboxing my new vacuum, and I will have a recipe for you at the end of the video as well. So I hope you consider subscribing, and let's get to it. I'm starting off in the dining room today. I noticed when I was cleaning that the table was looking a little dry, so it was time to add a little bit of wood cleaner. So I'm just taking an extra step in the cleaning process, adding some wood cleaner. I only do this every now and then when I notice that the table really needs it. After that, we're going to be moving on to clean the kitchen while the table dries, but then we're going to be coming back to the dining room to add the Halloween decor, and I am going to be changing that up a little bit. In the kitchen, I am cleaning the stove with the Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface cleaner, and I will be cleaning the stove, dishwasher, and fridge with that same cleaner as well. For the countertops, I'm using the Method Granite Cleaner. I've used several different cleaners on my countertops, and so far this is my favorite one, so I really recommend that. Every time I clean my countertops, you will see that I take off everything that I have on the counter, clean it, and then put everything back. I just feel that this is a more effective clean. For me personally, this is what I like to do. I'm going to be using the dishwasher for some of my dishes today. The ones that you see me put to the side, those I'm just rinsing off. I'm just making sure that they don't have any food stuck on them. And I'm just going to stick those on the dishwasher. And the big ones, I'm going to be hand washing. the dishwasher, I like to use the 7th generation dishwasher soap. I had already put it in the machine earlier in the day, and as you can see, there were also dishes in there already. What I like to do when I'm going to be using the dishwasher, I just rinse off my dishes throughout the day and I start loading it. And once I have a full load, then I turn it on. I do put the soap in there when I first put the dishes in there, just so that if I go back and open the dishwasher and I see that there's soap in there, then I know those dishes are dirty. Just in case I forget, just in case I get that mom brain. It happens sometimes and I forget. And it's happened to me before, actually, where I go in there and I'm like, did I wash these? I don't remember. So I started doing that. What I do is when the dishwasher is empty, I start loading it and I put the dishwasher soap in there right away. Even if I don't have a full load, I just don't turn it on. And that way, throughout the day, I keep filling it. At the end of the day, usually I have a full load and then I can turn it on. It washes through the night and then I can put them away the next morning. I decided to change up the decor in the dining room just a little bit. I'm going to be minimizing it because we have been using the table a lot and we are constantly moving the dishes. So I figured, you know what, it's time to get rid of most of this. And I think it's because I don't really keep stuff on the table all throughout the year, so we're not used to that. We do try to use the table every time we sit down to eat, so at least once a day we're using the table. So I decided I'm just gonna leave a centerpiece, and that way it'll be easier when I sit down to eat and I don't have to be constantly fixing it and putting the dishes back. And I'm just gonna put the little skull dishes that I had, I'm gonna put these here on the side, just to keep them out so we can continue to use them. That way when it's Halloween, when we're doing treats, I can still use those dishes. If I put them away right now, I'm going to forget that I have them. So that's why I put them there. And now moving on to the fun part. I finally got my vacuum. I ended up ordering this vacuum. It's the TINECO Pure One S11 Tango vacuum. And I picked this one because it has it had good reviews. I did look at several different ones. If you guys want me to do a full review on it, I can do a separate video on that. This was the first time that I was using it, so I didn't want to do a full review because I really wanted to be able to try it out first, be able to try it out on the carpet, be able to try it on the floor, and give you guys my honest opinion on it. So if you guys do want to see that in a separate video later on, I can do that. But today I was just excited to do my unboxing and to finally be able to use it down here. In the last video or a couple of videos, I'm not sure, I was using the broom to sweep up the downstairs, but I really rather use the vacuum. And one thing that really made me decide to buy this particular one was that it came with two separate rollers. So I'm going to be using one for the carpet upstairs and one for the tile floors downstairs. I told you guys in the past that I don't like to use the vacuum in the kitchen and the dining room because I really use the vacuum in the carpet, and I just don't want to get food in the vacuum and then use it in the carpet. I don't know, it's silly, but that's the reason I wasn't using it before. So this particular one comes with two different brushes, and one of them is better for it. It's a roller that is better for the tile floors or hardwood floors. So that's why I decided on this one. So you will see me use it today in the dining room and the kitchen, and I think that's what I'm going to continue to do. Just use one of the rollers for downstairs for all my tile floors, maybe even for the bathrooms, and the other one, use it only on the carpet. It does have several different attachments as well. But like I said, I could do that in a separate video where I go more into detail. On this video, I am showing you everything that it comes with, and I'm showing you all the attachments. So if you do have some questions with something in particular, let me know. But just consider subscribing to my channel, activate that bell so YouTube will notify you every time I put a new video, and that way you don't miss the review whenever that comes. I am working on it. I am trying to use a vacuum every day and just kind of trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like, how it works. So just stay tuned for that. So one thing that I didn't know this vacuum had that I noticed once I got it was this little button right there. It actually turns the vacuum on so that you don't have to be holding the button while you're vacuuming. And that was something that I really did not like about my last cordless vacuum, that I had to be constantly holding the button while I was vacuuming. And I know it's not a huge deal, but it was just a little something that I thought would make a vacuum better. And when I got this one and noticed that, I was surprised, and I really liked that feature. One thing though that I did, while I was recording, I didn't realize how bright that light is. That light that you see at the bottom, it was really bright, and I kept shining the camera at the vacuum so that you guys could see what I was vacuuming. But it might be a little bright, so I apologize. I won't do that in the future. Now that I'm editing, I realize, oh, you know what? I probably should have pointed the camera the other way, so that I'm not blinding everybody with this light. But that way also you guys can see how bright it is. And as you're vacuuming, you can really see what you're vacuuming up. So that was pretty cool. There was a few different things that I didn't really realize when I was ordering the vacuum, that I was pleasantly surprised while I was using it for the first time. So those are just little things that I am working on, little things that I'm discovering, so that one day I can tell you guys exactly what I like and what I don't like. But right now I'm just moving on to vacuuming the kitchen and the dining room. Then I'm going to be mopping in here, putting all my chairs back, and then we'll move on to a recipe. I have been trying to put a recipe in every one of my videos, so that's something that I plan on doing. I hope that you guys are liking those. If there are any particular recipes that you guys would like for me to show you, let me know in the comments below. Okay guys, so I'm just showing you guys how the kitchen turned out after I cleaned it but stay with me because this is an over. We're making some albondigas now. This is just a meatball and veggie soup. I'm going to be showing you guys the ingredients as we go along. First, we're going to start with the meatballs. We're going to mix 1 pound of ground beef, half a tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon chicken bouillon, 1 teaspoon cumin, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 garlic clove, half a cup of rice, and 1 egg. And this is just to make our meatballs. As you saw there, for the garlic, I'm using organic garlic. I try to hide as many ingredients as I can from my little one because she's more likely to eat the food that I make if she doesn't really know what is in it. So for the onion, I use onion powder, but you can also use the chopped onion. Just my little one, if she sees the chopped onion in there, she probably will not eat it. That's why I use the onion powder. And then also the garlic, that's why I use the organic garlic, because it's just all mixed in, and she can't tell that the garlic is in there, but it does give it that flavor that the meatballs need. So we're doing that first. What I like to do when I'm cooking, I like to prep all of my ingredients first before I start cooking. So I made my meatballs, then I'm going to move on to chop all of my veggies that I'm going to be using. You can really use any vegetables that you want for this soup, whatever your preference is, whatever your family will eat. I know I always think about what is my family going to eat, who in the family is going to eat it also, because sometimes my daughter will like something, but then my husband won't, or vice versa. So I really take that into consideration and what they all like. Today I decided to use potatoes and a Mexican squash, zucchini squash. So that's what I'm going to be using for veggies. But like I said, you can really use any vegetables that you guys like. And once I have that all prepped, I'm going to be boiling 3 tomatoes, and I'm also going to set my water to boil for the stew. I fill about half of the pan that I'm going to be using with water and let that boil while I'm working on other things. The tomatoes are to make the sauce that we're going to make for the soup. We're going to add the 3 boiled tomatoes, 2 tablespoons chicken bouillon, 1 tablespoon cumin, and 1 garlic clove. This is to give the stew flavor, so we want to blend this separately, but then we are going to be adding this to the boiled water. Once our water is boiling, we're going to add the tomato sauce that we made and our meatballs. We're going to let that boil for about 10 minutes before we continue with the recipe. After 10 minutes, we're going to add our vegetables, a pinch of salt, and a handful of cilantro, and we're going to let that boil for about 25 to 30 minutes. Once you see all your veggies are done cooking, and then that's when your stew is ready. And for me, it's usually about 25 minutes. today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and activate that bell so YouTube will notify you every time I put a new video. I am trying to bring you guys at least one video a week. Let me know if you want to see 2 a week and I can try working on that. I do work full time, so that's why I'm doing 1 video right now. But if you guys would really like to see an extra one every week, then let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys next week.